Today we are going to talk about the topic called day 9 of online bootcamp, front-end online bootcamp. So I'll just share my screen. So that today we are talking about the title called responsive design and accessibility. Responsive design is nothing but if we are going to see our web pages with the responsible mode, the same web page, the same design will be able to work on the all the devices like mobile devices, tablet devices, desktop devices, and large more devices also. It is going to showcase our web page. So the second one is, so we already crossed almost 8 day of our class. So from day 1 to 8, what we have done is we are developing and doing one foundation course. Foundation is nothing but so we are learning and keep practicing the parts of html, css, and the javascript. So it is called as a foundation part. So the day 9 today is called as a polish and perfect. So using the same techniques, what we are going to do is we just doing with the responsive design techniques and accessibility for the best practices what we have to done. So the final touch. So today what we are going to done with the final touch is universal access. So we have to showcase our web pages is in the professional grade sites. Like yesterday also we are going to we are developing our web pages in the deployment process. So using the deployment process, we are managing and storing our web pages in the universal access, so that that would be stored here also. So the second one is most of the websites during the development base, 50 percentage of the global web traffic is coming from the mobile devices only. So what we are going to do is, so we need to maintain and design thoroughly in the mobile first approach. So for example, if we have a web page or any other page, means that is mostly working under in the mobile application only. So what we are need to do is, so we need to first focus on the mobile first approach. Then we have some key principles also, like you need to design the mobile screens first, then progressively you have to enhance for the larger displays. So mobile devices, everyone will have a mobile, so they will see our web pages in the mobile from applications only. And we need to provide the flexible units. We have a different kind of units in the design part, percentage unit, pixels, rem, rem, em. So if we have a fixed pixels, means it is only for that particular page only. So if we are providing the percentage, means it is based on the mobile screen, it will work. Like for example, amazon.com, I'm going to add inspect. So I'm going to delete this to showcase how these things are taking up. So what I need to go do is, um, I'm just checking which one is coming from this. Okay, so now I'm just checking with the mobile screen. So for the same text, the width is 100 percentage. So it is taking the 100 percentage width. Instead of that, if I'm just doing with the shrinking this particular web page means that time also 100 percentage means it takes the whole width of the application. So what I am going to tell is, so instead of doing with the pixels, exact pixels, what you guys can do with that means you can easily do with the flexible units like a percentage. So that time the unit will have the percentage, so it will work under that. And test on the actual devices. You have to test the particular web pages in the actual devices, like for example in the dev tools I'm going to run the applications in the iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 16 Pro, something like that, using the development tools, right? But we need to test the applications in the actual devices. And you have to consider the touch targets and thumb friendly navigation. So using the thumb and touch targets only, using the mobile phone, we are going to use our hands gestures to do with the mobile first approach, right? So we have to using the targets and the thumb friendly navigations only we can able to do that. And this is the media queries and the breakpoints actually. So usually 0 pixels to 480 pixels. So while doing the CSS media queries activities itself, we are going to develop using that, using the same thing. 0 to 480 pixels is for the single column layouts, that means the mobile first layout. And it is the navigation, simplified navigation and the touch optimized interaction, because mobile phone is the touch optimized one. Desktop, tablet and the large display or desktop modes are, it is having a keyboard accessibility and the mouse accessibilities. Okay, then tablet. So tablet pixels are starting from 481 pixels to 768 pixels. So it is having a two column grids. So one column grid is for, I mean, two column means it is the same with the mobile. Two mobiles will join with the 481 pixels to 768 pixels, right? So it is called as a two column grids, and it is having the expanded menus and balanced content. So it is having a variety of a mobile and also the desktop devices. And desktop, so it starts from 769 pixels to 1024 pixels. So it is having a multi column layout. It has the full navigation, and it is having a hover states enabled. So if I'm going to hover on anything means it is having the state of the hovering thing will be enabled. So but it is not having in the mobile devices. And we have the large desktop. So the large desktop is nothing but it is having a 1025 pixels plus. So it is the maximum content width. It is having the advanced layout, and it is with the rich visual elements also. Mostly we are stopped from the desktop mode, we are not mostly working with the large desktop site. That means a TV devices, something like that. So flexible units and the layout systems. So flexible units, it is having the percentage of parent element. So it is depend on the parent element what we have given. So for example, I am having a div, so inside the div I am just providing the percentage as 100 percentage feet. That particular div is maintaining only the 1000 pixels, means it is occupying the 1000 pixels of the space. And the em, it is relative to the current font size. And the rm, that is related to the root of the font size. And we have a one more dimensions called w, sorry, VW and VH, that is called that is for the percentage of viewport dimensions. And we have the layout the tools also, like already we are working with a flex box. So inside that we are providing the flex box direction as a row and column, maybe row for desktop because it is having a one on one content, and the column is for the mobile. and we can do with the css grid also, using the grid. So one f for is for desktop, and normal one f for mobile. So this is how it is going to work. So you see, the container will have the three columns. So three columns means each column have and is specified with one for. So maybe the tablet means two columns, and the mobile means only one column. So this is how it is going to work. And we have the web accessibility also. So the particular application and the particular device will have the accessibility for the most of the users, and also it is having to build for everyone. And the particular site are usually used by the people with for the visual hearing. Maybe some of the persons will not able to uh, see the page, so that time they will have the accessibility for reading the particular web pages, right? So those kind of things also we need to maintain in our mobile com approach. Maybe that particular application will have the perceivable, so the content must be presentable and the operable. So interface component must be operable by keyboard. So no keyboard traps or timing requirements, those kind of things we need to maintain. And the third one is understandable. So the information and the operation must be understandable, and the mobile application will be able to showcase in the clear language. Every person will able to read the page and understand what the particular application is for, and how it's going to be developed is for. Okay, then robust. Content must be work reliable and with the current and the future assistive technologies like a screen recorders. Maybe I'm going to record this particular screen means that time that particular application will be support that is for. And the color contrast and the semantic html. Semantic html is nothing but the name suggest it is having a tag name is the meaningful name. Maybe for example, h1 is for h1 heading 1 tag, heading 2, heading 3, heading 3, that is for h6. And button is for button, a is for anchor, and the name main article aside. So this is for the semantic html structures. And the color contrast, maybe we are using the color contrast with the format of vcag. So it is having a contrast ratio of 4.5 is to 1. So that time the particular web page will have this rule will be applicable for all the web pages. So maybe if you are doing with some other color combinations means that will hurt the particular users, or the particular persons who is going to use the application is having some defects in their eye, or some neural problems will happen, because based on the eye color contrast only the particular web page we can easily able to see the web page for longer time. Then essential accessibility techniques is called for. One is for image alt text. So maybe if the image is not available means that time if the particular alt text will be shown there, so that is a very important needed one for the alt text. And then the keyboard navigation, maybe some of the persons will have the enter key, so the form will go to the another text box. So those kind of keyboard accessibility navigations will be available for this. And then third one is accessible forms. So if we have a form means we need definitely the label component, because it is giving the information to the user like this particular input box is for this kind of things. So this is the one is for label. And how to test our responsive and accessible site, as we already taught in our classes with the, if we are going to do with the left click with the inspect element, we can easily able to check the inspect of the elements. So we can test the actual devices with the mobile tablets and the different browsers. And we can check the readability of the text. Maybe if the text is not readable, very readable, means we can raise the queries like that. And accessibility with these are all the techniques to check the accessibility. So actually, already we are checking and we are discussed about a lot about the how to design and how to implement the CSS part with the mobile accessibility and the mobile friendly application. So I that's why I'm not doing any I mean any examples for this particular class. It is kind of a orientation class, kind of like this only. So what you guys can do is, so the homework is you guys can do with the media add and media queries to make all the project full responsive. So that is for the tablet devices, mobile devices, and the desktop devices. And replace the fixed pixels units with the flexible units like a rem, percentage, vw, and vh. Descriptive alt text, it is needed for the all the images. And test the complete keyboard navigation throughout your site. So we need to test the navigation of the keyboards also. And then color contrast ratios, so we need to check the color contrast ratios also. And we need to test the screen reader also. This is the important thing, so you guys can do that. Yes guys.